Good morning, guys. Let's start with actually our first grammar session together. Please focus, concentrate. If you still don't understand something, please write it down and bring it tomorrow to school and ask me what is wrong or what you didn't get. Also, make sure you repeat the video more than one time to get everything. So our lesson today, one of the easiest lessons, but actually is one of the most important lessons we have in grammar. It's fragments. So let's know today what is a fragment, why we should know the fragment actually, and how we should avoid it. So since you heard me saying to avoid the fragment, this means that this fragment is something wrong. We should not do it while writing. We study grammar in order to write well. So make sure you focus here with me, and the lesson will be, and tomorrow we will practice more. So a fragment, before we start speaking about the fragment, we know from long time ago that any sentence in the world starts with a capital letter, right? Let's say Sammy loves football. And at the end, also, we have full stop, right? So capital letter at the beginning. After the idea finish, we put a full stop. But this is what is called a sentence. But does it mean that anything starts with a capital letter and ends in a full stop, it's correct sentence? No, sometimes we fall into that mistake, which is called a fragment. Let's know together what's a fragment. As you have here, we have two group of words. Both of them, as you can see, start with a capital letter, ends with a full stop. Starts with a capital letter, ends in a full stop. But actually, one of them is correct, the other is not. So why is this? Let's check together. Here, the weeds, those are the weeds, okay? Grew. We have a subject and a verb. This sentence is correct. It makes sense. We have something doing something. Actually, any sentence in the word, we have something, and the first something, the S is capital, is doing something. And at the end we have full stop. If we don't have this rule, so this is what is called a fragment. Like here, this group of words doesn't fall into the criteria of a respectable good sentence because of the rain. Where is the subject here? Where is the something? Where is the subject, the doer of the action? It's not there. Where is the verb? Also, it's not there. So this is actually wrong. This is incorrect sentence. It's called fragment. So I believe you understand now that a fragment is incorrect sentence, or in other words, a sentence which is missing something. Let's check together what it can be missing. By the way, this PowerPoint, you will find it also, so you can study from it and you can answer some exercises on it as well. So a fragment means it's a sentence which actually doesn't have all the basic parts of a sentence, which means incomplete sentence. This is what is called a fragment. We know this to avoid it, not to do it while writing. If we saw someone is doing it, we fix it for him. What is a complete sentence? A complete sentence, which is the opposite of a fragment, it must have three things: a subject, a verb, and complete idea. If a sentence is missing one of those things, it's not a sentence anymore, it's called fragment. Fragment, when something is fragment, means it's broken. So remember this. Okay, so this is a complete sentence. Some species are in danger. Yes, it's correct. It has the basic parts, which is a subject and predicate or verb, and expresses an idea. The second one, the same case. Scientists study subject and verb, it makes sense, it's correct, complete idea as well. So let's check now some examples of the fragment. Since we saw a sentence, let's check here. Reached the campsite early. A campsite is a place. So as you can see here, we have a verb, but who reached the campsite? That's why this is a big F, a failure sentence. It's a fragment. It's not complete. The second one here, the ground muddy and wet after the storm. Where is the verb? Should be the ground is muddy, right? Or was muddy. Has been, any verb, but cannot be just the ground muddy, right? Cannot say he teacher. I say he is teacher, right? Because of the tent. Someone focus together in this one. We actually have a subject here. We actually have a verb here, but still considered to be a fragment. Why is this, guys? Because. Imagine if I'm speaking with you now, I'm telling you, after you study hard, and then I stop. You didn't finish the idea, right? The same thing happened here. Because the tent had a leak in it, what happened? You should put a comma and finish what happened after the tent had a leak in it, right? So again, a fragment is when group of words are missing either a subject or a verb or a complete idea. There are some tests and tricks. Think about them tomorrow. I'll ask you about that and we will practice more, but think about this test. First test, ask yourself, do the group of words I have in front of me, does this group have a subject? Does it have a verb? Does it have a complete idea? If all my answers are yes, so this means it's a correct sentence. There is another test, very nice one. Just add at the beginning of the words you have in front of you this phrase, I know that. If the sentence makes sense, this means the sentence is correct. If it doesn't make sense, it's wrong. So let's check here, for example. She likes music. Let's see if we added this phrase, I know that. Does the sentence make sense or not? I know that she likes music. It's a very nice sentence. Yes, it's not a fragment, it's correct. But what about this one? I know that playing a guitar. Playing a guitar is what? Is a nice thing to do, or what is it? So it doesn't make sense, that's why it's a fragment. So you have two tests so far, you know. The first test, ask yourself, do I have a subject? Do I have a verb? Do I have an idea? If yes, all the answers are yes, so it's a correct sentence. The second test, use the phrase I know that and put it at the beginning of the words you have. If it makes sense, it's correct. If it doesn't make sense, it's what? Fragment. Excellent job. So let's apply this test here. The bird sat on a high branch. I have a subject, the bird. I have a verb sat and expresses a complete idea. Since I don't have anything at the beginning like because or since or after or because or while, those things, if I put them at the beginning and I don't complete the idea, it will be fragment. I don't have those guys here, so it's a correct sentence with a subject and verb, a complete idea. Let's try the test here. After the train left the station, use now the second test, which is I know that. I know that after the train left the station, what happened? Yes, I have a subject. Yes, I have a verb. But what happened after the train left the station? We were disappointed we left behind, we are left behind, or what happened to you. So we don't have a complete idea. That's why it's a fragment. Okay, that's actually for today. So let me just show the rest, and then I'll leave you with some exercises to answer alone, and we will check them tomorrow and answer more tomorrow. I hope you got the idea. If you didn't understand, there are a lot of thousands of resources about this lesson and anything, actually about anything. So I leave you now. Think by yourselves now and ask yourself, okay, which one of those four is fragment and which one is correct? I'll give you a hint. Just one of them only is correct. The rest are not. See you tomorrow and have a nice evening.